Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 12th of July 2023. Let's start with our session. Which state or the union territory launched the Mo Jungle Jami Yojana? So the Odisha government has recently introduced the Mo Jungle Jami Yojana, which is basically a scheme that has been designed to enhance the forest rights for the tribal communities and the forest dwellers in various districts of the state. And this initiative will work in conjunction with the Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act of 2006, which is commonly known as FRA. Okay. So Mo Jungle Jami Yojana belongs to the state of Odisha. And who's the current Chief Minister of Odisha? Mr. Naveen Patnaik. Okay. Also, don't forget that recently the 125th birth anniversary of Alluri Sitaram Raju was observed. Okay. So he was born on 4th of July in the year 1897 in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Why he is important? Because he was an Indian revolutionary who led an armed campaign against the British colonial rule in India. And in August 1922, he launched the Rampa Rebellion against the British, and it is a very famous rebellion, right? So you can be asked that which freedom fighter launched the Rampa Rebellion against the British in 1922? Answer would be Alluri Sitaram Raju, and he is important because his 125th birth anniversary has been observed recently. Okay. Next is Bogeybill, where the foundation stone for the inland waterways transport terminal was laid, lies in which Indian state? So recently the foundation stone for the inland waterways transport terminal at Bogeybill in the state of Assam was laid, and this terminal is located on the Brahmaputra river, and now it will serve as a tourist cum cargo facility. Okay, basically it lies in Assam's Dibrugarh. Fine. So the foundation stone for the inland waterways transport terminal has been laid recently in Bogeybill in the state of Assam. Next question is, which country recorded the highest global prevalence of childhood diabetes cases and fatalities in 2019? So according to a recent study that was published in the journal JAMA Network, India witnessed the highest global prevalence of childhood diabetes cases and fatalities in 2019, alongside holding the record for the highest disability adjusted life years burden. Okay. So as per the World Health Organization, a single disability adjusted life year signifies the deprivation of 1 year of overall well-being and optimal health. Okay. Basically, India has recorded the highest global prevalence of childhood diabetes cases and fatalities in the year 2019. The next question says, which African country has proposed the National Health Insurance Fund Regulations 2023? So this regulation has been proposed by the country Kenya, and as per this proposal, the National Health Insurance Fund Regulations of 2023, employed individuals in the country will soon be mandated to contribute 2.75% of their monthly income to this National Health Insurance Fund. Okay, and this fund was chosen by the government as the key executor of UHC due to its extensive experience in health insurance and existing infrastructure. Okay, so recently Kenya has proposed this National Health Insurance Fund regulation. Can you tell me who's the current Prime Minister of Nigeria? Please write your answer in the comment section. The next question is, which institution released the global research agenda for antimicrobial resistance in human health? Basically, United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, United Nations Environment Programme, and the World Health Organization, along with the World Organization for Animal Health have released the One Health Priority Research Agenda on Antimicrobial Resistance through a webinar. And this organization works specifically in the areas of human, plant, animal, and environmental health. Also, World Health Organization has launched a global research agenda for antimicrobial resistance in human health. So here correct answer would be WHO, World Health Organization. Okay. Can you tell me the name of any two important reports that have been released by WHO recently, means in the past few weeks? Please write your answer in the comment section if you remember. The headquarters of Food and Agriculture Organization lies in Rome, Italy, and the headquarters of UNIP lies in Nairobi, Kenya. Okay. Now, apart from it, which institution released the guidelines for promoting community boiler for cluster of small scale industries? So this is Central Pollution Control Board. Recently, it has released the draft guidelines titled as the Guidelines for Promoting Community Boiler for Cluster of Small Scale Industries. And the aim of these guidelines is to encourage the use of community boilers in the clusters of small scale industries. Fine. Simply you can be asked that which institution has released these guidelines for promoting community boilers for the cluster of small scale industries. So answer would be Central Pollution Control Board. The next question says, GIFT Nifty is the first cross-border initiative in connecting the capital markets of India and which other country? So GIFT Nifty is the first cross-border initiative in connecting India and Singapore's capital markets. And the Singapore Exchange Nifty commenced trading from GIFT City in Gujarat, successfully completed more than 30,000 trades in a single session. Fine. So GIFT Nifty is the first cross-border initiative in connecting the capital markets of India and Singapore. Also recently, Switzerland has returned to the country Egypt a piece of 3,400 years old statue that belongs to ancient Egyptian pharaoh Ramses II. Okay, and this fragment has been stolen over 3 decades ago. Basically, this Ramses II, famously known as Ramses the Great, governed for over 6 decades in the 13th century BC, and throughout his reign, he achieved significant military triumphs, spearheaded grand construction initiatives, and remarkably fathered a progeny of over 100 offspring. Fine. Simply you can be asked that Ramses II, who is also known as Ramses the Great, was a ruler of which country? Answer would be Egypt. Also, you have to tell me which country has recently asked the forgiveness because of their role in promoting the slavery. We have discussed this question 2-3 days back. Next question is, Lansdowne is a hill station located in which state or the union territory? So this is a hill station that lies in Uttarakhand state, and now it will be named as Jaswantgarh. Okay, basically it would pay homage to the rifleman Jaswant Singh Rawat, who was a brave recipient of Mahavir Chakra and one of the distinguished heroes who fought in the 1962 war against the country China. Okay, so Lansdowne is a hill station that lies in the state of Uttarakhand. Now, apart from it, researchers from which country have developed a new tool called as the Data Carbon Ladder? So researchers in UK have developed a novel tool called as the Data Carbon Ladder, which enables the companies to examine the carbon emissions that are generated by their digital data, particularly for those who are seeking to offset their carbon footprint. Okay, so this tool basically helps the businesses in quantifying the amount of carbon dioxide produced by their digital data. Okay, so this tool, which is known as Data Carbon Ladder, has been developed by UK. The next question is, what is the budget outlay of the new scheme launched by the Women and Child Development Ministry to support the rape survivors and pregnant minor girls? So this scheme, which is known as Critical Care and Support for Accessing Justice to the Rape or Gang Rape Survivors and Minor Girls who get pregnant, has recently received approval from the Ministry of Women and Child Development, and with a budget of 74.1 crore rupees, the scheme will be implemented nationwide within a week. Okay, so basically it aims to offer shelter, food and legal assistance to the pregnant minor victims of sexual assault who lack family support. Fine. So what is the budget outlay of this new scheme? Answer would be 74.1 crore rupees. The next question is, which country proposed to release treated radioactive water from decommissioned Fukushima nuclear reactor into the ocean? So the International Atomic Energy Agency has finally given its approval to the Japan's proposal of releasing treated radioactive water from the decommissioned Fukushima nuclear reactor into the ocean. And the water at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant that has been contaminated from fuel rod contact has been distilled, and it is currently stored in the tanks that holds nearly 1.3 million tons of radioactive water. Okay, so which country has proposed to release these treated radioactive water from decommissioned Fukushima nuclear reactor into the ocean? Answer would be the country Japan. The next question is, which grouping has called for more representative and multipolar world order? So Shanghai Cooperation Organization calls for multipolar world order in the virtual summit that was chaired by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And as we know that India hosted the summit for the very first time, and the grouping has decided to induct the country Iran as its 9th and the latest member. Fine. You can be definitely asked that which country is the latest or the new member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization? Answer would be the country Iran. And now the last question says, Egypt and which country appointed the ambassadors to each other's for the first time in a decade? So Egypt and Turkey had appointed ambassadors to each other's countries for the first time in a decade, and the two nations' relations broke down in the year 2013 after the Egypt's then army chief Abdel Fattah al-Sisi led the ouster of the Muslim Brotherhood's Mohammed Mursi, who's an ally of Ankara. So that's why Egypt expelled Turkey's ambassador and accused Ankara of backing the organizations that was bent on undermining the country. Fine. But now Egypt and Turkey have decided to appoint ambassadors to each other country for the first time in this decade. Fine. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana, signing off.